Because my soldiers do not buckle or yield when faced with the cruelty of this world. My soldiers push forward. My soldiers scream out. My soldiers rage. Those are the last words of Erwin Smith, a fictional character who I consider to be my role model. Greetings, fellow leaders. I am Muhammad Rizky Alfath from University of Al-Azhar, Indonesia. As I said before, those words was the last words of Erwin Smith from the anime Shingeki no Kyojin, or better known as Attack on Titan. If you were to sum up what the world is like there in just one word, then it would be cruel. You see, imagine you live in a world where you are confined by walls to protect you from titans, these huge monsters that look like humans, that size could range from 5 meters to 60-meter tall. But their only goal is to eat humans. For most people, they feel safe inside the wall. For most people, they are content living inside the walls. But for others, maybe even some of you, they have a bigger dream than the walls can confine. One of those people is Erwin Smith, who believes that humanity might have survived outside the walls. Then he had dedicated his life to prove that. My soldiers push forward. My soldiers scream out. My soldiers rage. Those words linger in my mind ever since I watched the dub version of the anime. When Erwin Smith was able to convince these new recruits to charge to their own death, to face their titans, even though they lack confidence, even though they still lack the experience to fight these titans. I've watched the anime multiple times, both in the dub and the sub version. But I always like the dub version more. Never figured out why. Until recently. You see, apparently, according to Coursera, is that an effective communication happens when both the sender and the receiver are left satisfied after exchanging knowledge, data, or even a simple message. Communication could happen both either verbally or non-verbally. Non-verbal is showing the face expression, my body gesture. That is non-verbal communication. That is why I like the sub version, but not as much as the dub version, because I can still see the tense face of Erwin Smith. But I like the sub version better because I can clearly understood what the message is. You see, when writing this script, I was reminded with a little interaction with my friend. A dear friend of mine, Sultan, once asked me, "What do you think a man should be?" I was stunned. I didn't know what to answer. But the first thing that crossed my mind was Erwin Smith giving his speech. My soldier push forward. My soldiers scream out. My soldiers rage. So I answered him. I think a man should be like Erwin Smith, someone who can inspire others through his words. I don't know if the answer I gave was correct, but I do know, and I can say this with confidence, that until this very moment, I did not regret giving that answer. And I do not plan to have any regrets giving that answer. You see, as a leader, I'm also a leader myself of a language club for my campus. I believe that I am obligated to do the same as Erwin. to inspire those who still lack confidence, to inspire those who still don't believe in themselves, to inspire those who still lack the experience to do competition. If we were to take the analogy from the anime, the walls in the anime could be like at each person comfort zone. They are content with living their daily life without any change. And the titans, those 5 to 60 meter tall monster, could represent your fear of failure, your fear of not being enough, your fear that your life might not have meaning. I believe some of us, no, all of us, have at least once felt that fear. And it is my obligation as a leader to encourage those to face their fear. Fear has two meanings. Either you forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. And with English, not only can I inspire those in just Indonesia, but I can also inspire those around the world. I can reach a global audience. I can reach literally the entire world with English. So I feel like I'm obligated to echo what Erwin Smith said, to encourage even the new recruits to face their fear, to echo his words once again. Because my soldiers do not buckle or yield when faced with the cruelty of this world. My soldiers push forward. My soldiers scream out. My soldiers rage. Shinzo Sasageo, dedicate your heart and soul